Hi guys, welcome back to Things I've Read. My name is Patrice, and in this video we will be doing the Booktube newbie tag. And now let's get started. Question number 1. Why did I start this channel? So I have been dealing with challenges lately, like work related and mental health wise. So I just wanted to do something that was fun, and I thought this channel would be nice because I love to read and I really didn't have anyone to talk to about the books that I was reading, just because my friends aren't really like big readers and not really people in my family either. I'm like the biggest reader. So I thought this would be nice to get out of my comfort zone, and I would also get to learn like a new skill, like making videos, editing the videos, adding music, and those kind of things. Question number 2. When did I fall in love with reading? So I really can't remember a time where I didn't like to read or where I wasn't reading. Like my fondest memories growing up were going to the library with my father. Like he would bring me there, and I loved being surrounded by like books, like all of the stories, and like holding the books. And also at libraries there were like lots of activities that you could do there besides just reading. And I know that's true, um, like even today, because we have like so many programs at my local library. Like they have music and mommy and me classes and puzzles and trivia nights and just like all sorts of things that you can do there. So it's just like one of the best resources that we have. It's free, like free 99. Who doesn't like that? um, like one of the last places that you could go that's free, and you can use like a bunch of resources. Um, to this day, I still prefer like holding physical copies of books, and I think that was because of my love for the library. Like I really don't do audio books. I like to hold them and feel them and smell them and stuff like that. Let's see. Another highlight growing up was the Scholastic Book Fair. I don't know if you guys remember that. Some of you may be too young, but I have seen some people my age doing Booktube, so some of you may remember. But those Scholastic Book Fairs were like the highlight of like the year, like when you were in school, and you got to go in there and pick out books that you liked, and like the stickers and everything else. So I enjoyed that. I was also surrounded by a lot of readers. Like my mom read, my grandmother read, my great grandmother. So that contributed to my love of reading and of books. Question number 3. What are your favorite book genres? So, number 1, if you have not seen my previous videos, um, you would not know this, but I have mentioned cozy mysteries are my absolute favorite thing to read. Like, I love puzzles and I like logic problems and like the little, if you've ever seen like the variety puzzle magazines that are in the grocery store, like I love like figuring things out, like using my brain to solve a puzzle. So mysteries fit right in there with that. So, and a cozy mystery, I like cozies better than like thrillers and true crime, because cozies are not as graphic. Like, yes, of course, somebody's dying or getting murdered, but um, they're not being killed in a graphic way, I guess. Like, in cozies, people get bashed over the head or strangled or something. Like, it's not like too gory with like getting mutilated and chopped up into little pieces and stuff like that. So cozies, 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 absolute favorite. Um, My first cozy series was probably like Nancy Drew and Encyclopedia Brown. Like those started me off. Those Nancy Drews, boy, like I will still pick those up. Like I have like the yellow and blue copies that you could get from like Costco's or BJ's like back in the day. They're probably collector's items now, but they were like the re-releases of the older series, like The Mystery of the Old Clock and The Mystery in Lilac Garden and those kind of things. Like I'll still pick those up today and read them. Like they were so good. I just enjoy them still. The next one, fantasy. So I love some good magic. Like throw that in the story, I'm picking it up. Like elves, fairies, those kind of things. Some of my favorites are like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Chronicles of Narnia, Game of Thrones. A really good book that I read this year was When Women Were Dragons. Um, I love that book, and maybe I will review it like in the best books that I've liked or something for this year. Next would be like sci-fi, magical realism, so like A Wrinkle in Time, The Martian, All This and More. I like those kind of books too. And I really didn't know the difference between sci-fi and fantasy, so I looked it up. So fantasy is like magic and like a different world than ours, and sci-fi is more like it follows scientific principles. So I get, like Jurassic Park, um, those kind of things where it's not really like magic, it's more like a science based book. So that was interesting. So I like a little bit of everything. Historical fiction like Island Queen by Vanessa Riley. I like those kind of books. Nonfiction too, memoirs, history, The President's Club. That was a really good book by Nancy Gibbs. You have Legacy by Dr. Uche Blackstock. Finding Me by Viola Davis. So I like those kind of things too. Question 4. What genres do you not like? So I do not prefer to read romance. I just think it's too much fluff and it's just like so predictable. I don't like romance really. Now, not to say that I won't read any romance. Like one, I just finished a book review on a romance book, but it wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't really like it either. So I don't know what that means, but yeah. The next one I don't like is romantasy. So that's sort of like romance and fantasy, and I didn't really, even know that was a genre until I kept picking up fantasy books, and they just had like the two main characters, of course, a man and a woman, and they're getting together, and um, it's just like too much of a focus on sex or spice instead of like the quest that they have to resolve or go on. And it really messes it up because like you really like get into, you know, like what they're supposed to be doing, and then it's just like everything's put into the relationship. So no romantasy either. Don't like that. I mentioned already true crime, mystery, thrillers. Like sometimes those are too violent or graphic, like when they are like getting rid of a character. Um, so I will do mystery thrillers, but it has to like walk that fine line of not being too graphic. And the last one I don't like is erotica. That's just a no. I don't. Yeah, no spice for me. I don't like reading it. Question number 5. What's your current book collection? So I don't really have a collection because I don't really have, like a lot of space in my house for, to collect books. Like I do have a bookshelf, but it's mainly full of like my kids' books, like the books they had to read for school or like puzzles and things like that. Like I do have some books, as you can see behind me in my room, but I usually go to the library and get my books just so that, I'm not cluttering up the house and I don't have space for my books. So let me show you some of what I have here. So I have The Grift by Keene, and this is something that is on my to be read list. I have started it, but I haven't really gotten a chance to finish it. So I have The Grift. I have The Four Agreements. So my kids and we read this as like our little family book club. And this was pretty good. I like this self-help, so I don't mind reading self-help. Another one in that category, Atomic Habits. Got that. Yeah, it's just like in here, it's like a lot of self-help. So I have like Get Good with Money by Tiffany Aliche, Marriage Be Hard by Kevin and Melissa Fredericks, The Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis. So that's some of what you see behind me back there. All right, let's see. Number 6. How long have you been watching Booktube? So to be honest, I really just learned about like Booktube, Booktop, and Bookstagram in 2024. So I always thought it would be nice if there was somewhere where people could talk about books and like make YouTube videos about books. I had that idea years ago, but I didn't know anyone was doing it. So when I decided that I was going to do it, I said, well, let me see if anybody's actually doing this, if anyone would be interested in hearing someone talk about books and reviewing books and going to the library and stuff like that. So it was so nice to see like so many channels and people talking about books and like what they're reading and just like the vlogs and everything. Like I just felt it not refreshed, but like joy and excitement because I felt like I wasn't such a weirdo for liking books and wanting to talk about books and for reading so much. Um, it was like finding like a tribe, like a new tribe of people. And it was especially nice seeing like all of the people of color that, like to read. Like, because sometimes, like I feel like an outsider. Like, I don't know. It's just nice. It's nice finding like-minded people on here as well. Some of my favorite channels so far are Lex Reads, Desmond Z, Capri's Book Island, Kayla's Bookish Vibes, Turning Pages with Dom, Lexi, aka Newly Nova, and Brindy. So those are some of my favorite people I like to watch. There are a lot of other people as well. It just seems like the more that I guess get tuned into the algorithm, the more people I find. So I have some other people too, but yeah, it's just been nice. It's been nice. Question 7. When did I start making YouTube videos? So I started making videos for my channel August, like August, September of 2024. Um, so yeah, not that long ago. Um, yeah. Number 8. What advice would you give to a new person? So I don't know if I have any advice because I'm new myself. So I have said, just for me, like right now, what I am telling myself to do. Um, Number one, just post the videos. Like I have been sitting on videos, like I've made videos, but I have not posted them because I don't know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So it's got to be like just right. And a lot of the videos I've been watching um, about making content, and they say, like the first couple of videos are going to be horrible. They're going to suck. And you'll get better as you go along. So you just have to post the videos. Like you've got to get started. Because if not, you'll just sit on them and no one will ever see them. So that's my number one piece of advice. Um, Number 2, don't take this like so seriously. Like with, I guess, wanting them to be perfect, because that's going to suck the joy and fun out of making these videos. And I do want them to be fun. Like I do want them to get better, but I still want it to be fun as well. And like right now, like it gets frustrating because it takes a long time to edit the videos, and just like figuring out like all of that kind of stuff, like doing the thumbnails and like putting them up and everything. It's just like a lot to learn. Some of it is self-explanatory, but really the hardest thing has been like the editing, honestly, like using CapCut and that kind of stuff. Um, and the next thing I'm telling myself is to not read any comments, or I guess not to not read them, but to not take them personally, because there will be people who just don't like, what you're doing. And I know, like one thing I don't like is my little voice, because I think it sounds like, I don't know, annoying, but I'm just trying to like prepare myself for like any weird comments I may get. Let's see. Question number 9. What do you hope to learn? So number 1, I would like to learn how to confidently speak to the camera. That's something else that has been a struggle, like trying to talk to something that's inanimate. That has been a struggle, like just getting comfortable and letting like my fun side out. So yeah. Editing tips and tricks. So I have been learning like a lot of things, like I said, with using CapCut. So that's been nice, because now if I need to do it for someone else, I'll know how to do it. So that's been good. Third, how to find great music. So I've noticed like a lot of the other channels I watch, the people have very, very good music. So if you guys can, please drop in the comments of this video where you get your music. Like I've been using the free music from CapCut, and I found some okay tunes, but some of you guys have like updated music. I've heard like SZA and Erykah Badu. Like I want to put that in my videos, so tell me where you're getting your music. And last, the last thing I like to learn is how to state my thoughts coherently, because like sometimes I think like in my reviews they're not, I guess, as thorough as I would like them to be, and I'm kind of wondering if I'm getting my point across. Yeah, but so I guess as I go on it'll get better. That is it for the questions. Thank you so much for watching the video, And if you have any suggestions or tips, especially on the music, please, please, please drop me a comment down below. All right, until the next time, bye-bye.